Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to Rule the Waves 3, a new strategy and war game out by the folks at Slytherin and Matrix Games, made by the folks at Naval Warfare Simulations. This is episode number 9 of our Let's Play series, playing in this game where you act as a naval secretary, and we are playing as Italy. We are at war with France. We've been at war with France for 33 months, and it looks like Austria-Hungary may be at war with us soon as well. Over those 3 years, we have done a good job of destroying the French fleet. They have no battleships left, although they are building 8. They have 3 armored cruisers left, and they are building 5. They still have 21 light cruisers, which is 3 times as many as we have, although we are in the process of commissioning 3 more with 7 building. And they have 18 corvettes while we only have 6. So the French have considerably more resources, almost 50% more naval budget than us. It is unnerving, though, to see the Austro-Hungarian tension line above the war threshold, because we will very quickly go from having a 5-0 battleship lead to an 8-5 deficit, a 7-3 armored cruiser lead to a 15-7 deficit, a 21-7 light cruiser deficit to a 29-7 light cruiser deficit, and a 6-18 corvette deficit to a 23-6 corvette deficit. So things will get pretty bleak pretty quickly if the Austro-Hungarians come into this war. We are in the process of working up 3 new light cruisers, which have just commissioned, and we are also in the process of invading Algeria. So we successfully took Tunisia just a couple of months ago. We are in the process of invading Algeria. We have troops on the beach. They are being resisted by French fortifications, but so far the campaign there is underway. And yeah, it's 1895 January, so we've been at this game for 5 years now, and this is a long war. So we'll see how things play out. Yeah, we are repairing one of our battleships, which was damaged badly in the last fight. We have several other active battleships and armored cruisers, but let's move forward here. We have a slight lead, or actually more than a slight lead. We've got an 8,000 victory point lead over the French right now. I'd be happy to accept peace terms if the game would let me, but I haven't seen that as an option lately since we've taken the lead. I think if peace terms do occur, though, you keep any territories you've actually taken over. So like if you have a peace agreement where you get a certain amount of reparations that are paid to you, you actually keep, regardless of what the treaty says, you keep like facts on the ground if you take a territory, I think. But let's go ahead and move forward here. Looks like we've got a battle in support of land combat off the coast of Algeria. We'll accept. The French decline. We get 800 victory points. They don't have enough troops or ships in the Mediterranean to fight that. So I assume that means the invasion of Algeria will continue with Italian naval supremacy in the Med. Meanwhile, Italian East Coast coastal raid. And it looks like we are going to fight that one. The game nominally does have an auto-resolve option up here where you can auto-run battle, but it's not really an auto-resolve so much as it is a let the AI fight while you watch. All right, so it's a coastal raid, which I'm assuming means I need to intercept the enemy ships. We only have 1 ship involved here, the armored cruiser Palestrio. She's of the Palestrio class, which is a class I designed, which is 4 8-inch guns, 10 5s, and 12 3s. Okay. Not really sure where the enemy is going to be raiding me. No sign of enemy shipping yet. We've got a corvette back here. Let's make speed 2 less than max and move up to fast. I don't really know where the French are coming. Ah, pause. Someone was shooting at something. Were they shooting at me? Where? All right, let's go slow and see what happens here. Partially cloudy, 27,000 yards visibility. No sign of where that enemy gunfire is coming from. I don't see any reports in the upper left here of stuff getting shot at. No radio reports yet of where the enemy ships might be. I think that'll become more frequent as technology advances. All right, it was a KE patrol boat. I don't know where all of those are. We've got several. $20 is up here. Coastal batteries. So which ones? Doesn't look like it's the ones in the south. Could be up here. Let's pause here. Do we have any indication? No rounds fired by this battery. Okay. So who's shooting at who? I have no intelligence on where they might be. Oh shit, they're down here, I assume. It said that battery was at 60% ammo. But now it's saying there's a report of an enemy. All right, well, I guess we'll double back and head back north. They're hitting our transports. There's no way I'm going to arrive in time. All right, we spotted some enemy ships, probably, at least some unknown ships. So we'll slow down. They're shooting at me, so they're obviously bad. They appear to be light cruisers. We're coming in behind them. We don't know what class yet. Light breeze, 28,000. This is pretty good visibility. Making 18 knots. Suffolk's class has 10 6-inch guns. So we do outgun that one at least. We've got 10 5s and 4 8s. The Palastrio has not actually fought in a battle yet. So she doesn't have like super experienced crews, I don't think. Actually, I can take a look. Does it not tell me the crew experience? Above average commander. Hit percentage chances. Maybe I'm missing something here. Crew quality 10. I don't know what that is. But okay. I mean, it's not bad, I'm assuming. All right, so they got 2 Suffix classes, which means they will potentially have a rate of fire advantage. They'll have considerably more 6-inch guns than me. The 5-inch guns that I have are lighter than what they have. My Stokers are exhausted because we've been going at near flank speed for a long time. They also have a speed advantage. So we'll see. Let's speed things up. There, we lost sight of it. Presumably they're not going to go to the northern end of the Adriatic. At some point they'll have to double back. They don't have any ports out that way. So in theory we could chase them. I saw at least one flash of red on the enemy light cruiser for a hit. We've taken 3 medium hits with a moderate amount of structural damage. We've claimed 1 8-inch hit on the enemy, 4 5-inch hits. So 5 total hits versus 3 received. My fear at the moment is torpedoes. We also don't have, we just scored a hit there. We also don't have, what do you call, fire control, really? So we claimed a hit there. What was that, another 8-inch hit? That's what we claim. Okay. But fire control is very rudimentary in the mid-1890s, which means these kind of ranged chasing engagements are not going to yield dramatic results typically. All right, the enemy is turning. With a couple of 8-inch shell hits, I am assuming they have suffered a pretty decent amount of damage. The other light cruiser just is coming back into the fight. We're all heading for the Italian coast at the moment. Maybe we can get under some friendly coastal batteries too to help. They have, I think, the advantage in terms of the angle on the bow is probably giving the enemy the ability to fire their full broadside, whereas I have to turn away to do that. So stern chases take a bit of finagling. We have a turret jammed, turret back in action. I feel like the enemy ship is slowing down. It says it's at 15 knots, but I'm moving at 16 and I'm gaining on it. Hey, there's a Corvette. Maybe it wants to come help with its like 2-inch guns. Not scoring any hits anymore, it doesn't seem like. Our crews are probably exhausted at this point. Let's speed things up a bit. All right, we just scored a hit on the rear enemy light cruiser, and he's lost a considerable amount of speed. The other ship in the task force looked like maybe it was going to leave him, but then didn't, then stuck around. We are taking damage ourselves, though. All right, it's dead in the water. It's still shooting back, but it is dead in the water. I don't know. There's always the risk they fire a torpedo off at you, but now he's burning. It looks like they've stopped shooting at me, too. So I think this one's a goner. Should be a nice little victory for us, assuming we don't run into a torpedo or something. I don't know if I really need to keep shooting at him till he surrenders or sinks. Let's go ahead and slow down a bit, give our crew a bit of a break. What's our damage look like? We've used up about half our ammo. A not insignificant amount of flotation and structural damage. 8 6-inch shell hits received. We have hit the enemy 39 times with 5-inch shells and 14 times with 8-inch shells. That is a lot of hits on a relatively light enemy ship. Of course, he's dead in the water now, so it's kind of like shooting fish in a barrel. So these stats are going to kind of skew a bit. But I really want to make sure he sinks, so we'll keep riddling him. All right, let's do this. Let's pause. We're up 39 hits, 14, 8, 1. All right, I'm going to assume he's going to sink, so let's see if we can find where his buddy went. It is 1 in the morning, so visibility is not great. Okay, so we sank the 1 light cruiser, light damage to the other guy. We lost 1 corvette and 1 auxiliary. Italy gets the victory. And there you go. So another Italian victory, 500 to 100 in terms of victory points. We've got more light cruisers that are entering the fleet. Heavy fighting in Algeria. Enemy fortifications are holding up our advance. Enemy fleet dominates the seas around Angola. Yeah, well, not really interested in that fight anyway. We're losing more merchants than the enemy, but that has not really impacted the unrest level. Meanwhile, Japan is entering the war on our side. So Japan is now allied to us, I guess. So that's good. I don't know what they're going to attack. I guess they could attack the French possessions in the Pacific, maybe divert some of the French light cruisers away from us. The Japanese do have 5 battleships, so who knows? Maybe they'll deploy some of those to the Med. 13 armored cruisers. Their fleet's better than ours. Do they have any? They have nothing in the Med right now. But the good news is if they're going to go to war with France, maybe they'll take some of the French colonies in Southeast Asia. Currently, Japan or France only has 1 corvette in the south there. So I'm assuming Japan will do something there. Also interesting that Austria-Hungary has not entered the war yet, despite the tension levels. I don't really want Japan to take the possessions in the Indian Ocean. I guess especially like Dujabi. I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but south of Eritrea of ours, that would be a nice little addition to our empire. But one little chunk at a time. We're going for Algeria here. Meanwhile, we completed construction on 3 more light cruisers. So everything that we're building now, we are able to do so without going into the red. We've got 4 more light cruisers that are a year and a half away. We've got another light cruiser that'll be ready tomorrow or next month. 2 armored cruisers that are about a year and a half away, and then 2 battleships that'll be ready in the next couple of months. So we now have 5 light cruisers working up, going through sea trials and the like. That should help a lot. Get us up to 9 light cruisers. Is that so? If those, yeah, the other 5 are still being built. French are down to 20 CLs. They're not actually building any new ones. They also just commissioned a new armored cruiser that went from 3 to 4. Who knows how far out their battleships are, but having 7 on our side will be nice. Austria-Hungary just commissioned their 9th. So yeah. Let's move forward to the next turn. Small engagement off of Corsica. I'll accept. What do we have here? An armored cruiser, 2 armored cruisers by the looks of it on our side. The Castelfinardo, 2 8s, 8 6s, 12 3s. And then the Vespucci, 2 7s, 6 5s, and 2 8 2s. These are all pre-war designs. Why do I not have control of this guy? Why is he so far up here? He's out of my line of sight. Okay, what kind of mission is this? It's just like a random meeting engagement? No particular objectives. Can I not speed this guy up? I'm confused. Why is he moving at 12 knots and I can't adjust that speed? Can't take control of this guy either. All right, max -2. Go close on the enemy unknown ship. That AI ship I can't command. Not sure why. Claimed it was a CA, which would be interesting. The enemy doesn't have very many of those. Why is this AI ship not... Are you going to form up on me? All right, come on up here. All right, it looks like the sun just came up. It's 5 in the morning, so visibility just got a lot better. I would love to defeat a lone enemy CA. I don't really love the designs I have on this battlefield, though, so we'll have to be careful. All right, let's try and cut across his bow, because he probably has a speed advantage on me. All right, it's of the Brooks class, which is what? 21 knots, 7,600 tons, 6 8-inch guns. These guys are beasts. We have sunk several of these already, but those are usually in battleship fights. We are crossing its T with the Amerigo Vespucci, who only has, what, 2 8-inch guns, I think? No, 2 7-inch guns. He will probably turn away, I would assume. Nice hit there. Brooks class hit with at least one of those 7-inchers. Got another hit there. So we've taken 1 medium hit. We are claiming 2 medium hits of our own and 3 light hits, or I guess 5 inches are probably mediums also. So we've hit the enemy with 5 shells so far out of the Amerigo. The Castellavaro has not scored a hit yet, but she is closing quickly. The Brooks already seems to be slowing down with all those hits that she's taken. I wonder if we have better, like, fire control or something. I don't know why the Brooks has fared so poorly as a ship. Amerigo Vespucci apparently has bearings that are overheating. The Brooks is scoring better on our second ship over here. We're taking several hits here. 10 medium hits already on this ship. It looks like one of our turrets is darker, which I'm assuming means it's out of action. So the Amerigo did very well for a second, but now the Brooks is pounding the Castellafaro. All right, range is increasing. He's trying to escape, I think. I don't want to get this guy sunk, though. He's taken a lot of flotation damage. 15 hits now. Let's turn you away. If the enemy wants to pursue, then we'll move the Amerigo into support. Doesn't look like he does want to pursue. Okay. Or maybe he does. I don't know. He's at least turning north. All right. So, any more hits on this guy? We've taken 7 now. We've scored a couple more 5-inch hits, nothing big. All right. We're going to turn the other cruiser up here south. If the enemy's focusing on Amerigo, then maybe it can come support, because we are taking quite a bit of punishment here and we're not doling out much. We also have one of our turrets out of action. So they feel like pretty long ranges here. We'll cut in behind him. Try and link our ships up. All right, Castafario, do something. No more hits there. We've taken a lot of flotation damage. The Brooks has taken like 16 shell hits of 5-inch or greater. You'd think it would be in worse shape, but it doesn't seem to be. But now that we've linked up, oh no, he's not really running away. All it would really take is a boiler hit. Okay. Let's pause here. We're claiming medium damage. He's only moving at 5 knots. He's turning away. But Castafardio is about to sink. It has dealt out a good amount of damage. 3 medium hits and 15 lights. Still, the flotation damage on Castafario is incredibly high. I don't think it can be saved. We'll slow her down to lessen the likelihood of flooding damage spreading. Amerigo is going to head north. If we lose 2 armored cruisers here without getting the enemy, that's going to really suck. But we are taking a lot of damage. I mean, the fact that it's got 6 8-inch guns on this thing is really a problem. Are we near any ports? Toulon. So nothing that I would want to go to. Our other ship is taking some hits too. Not really doling them out. But the enemy is slowing down and is aflame by the looks of it. All right, so our other armored cruiser is sinking. Nothing you can do about that now. 5 knots, heavy damage. Wait, no, this is my only ship. The other guy's sinking. Don't switch. He's like almost dead in the water. Go finish him off. You can't just leave. All right, can I take control of him now that he's my only remaining ship? Yes, okay. Go back and finish the guy. We got to at least go 1-to-1. That sucks too, because he was probably in a more vulnerable spot. It looks like the fires may be out. All right, I'm just going to pray that we do better on him than he does on us. I don't know that that's a good assumption. We're on fire. Bulkhead ruptures, flooding increases. Damn, oh, she's going to sink. Fuck. I've never had this issue with the Brooks class. Like, I know it has more firepower than me, but I've never had this issue where it just outclasses me. That's the end of the battle. We lost 2 armored cruisers. They took heavy damage, but nothing sunk, so that's a pretty bad defeat. Only 600 victory points, though. But if we go to the Almanac, meanwhile, the Sicilia is commissioned into the Navy, and we've taken control of Algeria. Hell yeah. Oh no, the French have taken advantage of our weakness in West Africa and have invaded Angola, which we took from the Portuguese in a random event. So we have taken Algeria and Tunisia, but the enemy is invading Angola. What do they have at Angola? What shipping do they have here? 1 armored cruiser, 11 lights. So the bulk of their fleet is here. I don't know that I have enough to send there, and I also don't know that we have the land force to hold. Algeria is worth 4. Angola is worth 3. Italian income from possessions is 770, so it was 670 before we took Algeria. I don't know how valuable Angola is in this game. Do I even want colonies in West Africa, though? Just seems like a liability you got to defend, right? Okay, so we have a new battleship of the THG class. We're going to add it to the 1st Battle Division. How do I add it to a division? I want to add another ship to an existing division. How do I do that? Can I not? Because it's in an active fleet. Or not in an active fleet. Commander and division right there. Oh, there we go. 1st Battle Division. There we go. She's still working up, but... Okay. I guess we could send some cruisers down to try and protect Angola. I don't really have any fortifications there, so honestly, I think the fact that it hasn't fallen yet is kind of surprising. Meanwhile, the battleship is complete, which gets our budget in a slightly better situation. We lost 2 armored cruisers. We're building 2 more. We have 5 in service right now. Let's build a few more. I don't even know if the Kushan class is going to be any good. But maybe it will be. I don't know. Let's build a few more of those. All these ships take so long to build. $22 knots, though, so they're decently fast. They cost about $1 million per month to build. So we can afford 2 more. Let's lay down 4. We'll have a battleship done in the next turn anyway. So that'll bring our light cruiser building queue up to 9 with 9 in service. French aren't even building any. So in theory, that'll bring us up to 18 without losses in the next 2 years, which isn't very likely, but hey, you know. And then let's also build, let's see, so that when the THG class completes, we will have 4 THG class battleships. I don't even remember what they, 4 12-inch guns, 12 5s, and 16 3s at an 18 knot speed. That's not bad. All right, let's build 2 more of the Palistro class, maybe 4 8 inches. I think they're decent armored cruisers. If I don't need it, there it is, 8,500 tons. So build 2 more of those. I'm way in the red, but I'm thinking when the battleship and the light cruiser that I'm building finish up, that'll get us about 2,300 back. So we'll finagle budgets at that point. We're building, what, 97,000 tons of ships. We have 49,000 excess capacity in our shipyards. Okay. I think I'm just going to surrender to the fact that we're not going to have any real chance of holding Angola. I'm okay with that. But in exchange for that, let's find our next target, because Algeria and Tunisia have both fallen to us. So we could try and go for Corsica. It's a value of 5, so it's a more valuable colony than Angola. That feels like the best spot to go. It's in the Mediterranean too. So let's end that turn. French ship intercepts Italian raider. West Africa. Let's fight that battle. So it's the Piedmont. She can move at 2 8-inch guns, 4 6s, and 10 2s. Ship spotted. That should be a 1v1. She can move at 23 knots too. So she's a fast one. I don't even think the French have a 23 knot ship yet. But their light cruisers generally seem to be better than mine. So let's pause. We're claiming it's a Suffix class. So they have 10 6-inchers. We have 4 6-inchers, but we have 2 8s and 10 2s. So they probably have a slight advantage, I think. Might come down to crew quality. We're going to slow down to 18 knots to get more accurate gunnery. The enemy's trying to increase the range, which I would think would be beneficial for us with the 8-inch guns. Of course, we never hit with those things anyway with current technology. Still, the enemy doesn't even look like they're shooting at me. I see the white. No, there's some splashes around me, but if we get like a single 8-inch shell hit, that could decide this fight. Of course, if we don't, their 6-inchers may machine gun me to death under calibers, which I can't respond with enough of. The enemy's doing their little wiggle waggle. They turn in to close the range, then they pull out, then they turn back in. Meanwhile, I'm just slow and steady. We're going to burn through all our ammo at like medium range. It's 3:50, so it's later in the day. Still enough daylight, probably. I am seeing some reports of some hits on the upper left. I don't know how much. It's a super exciting fight, huh? Just give me a fucking 8-inch hit. Let's actually take a look at that. So, what is the report so far? Piedmont has taken 1 hit. We have scored 2. Okay. No hits with our 8-inches yet. We've burned through over 100 rounds of ammo, too. Saw something say 4 hit, but I didn't see which ship or where. Piedmont limits flooding. Did we take a bad hit? Does that glare mean that we've got the sun to deal with? So we took a hit, flotation. Okay. All right, let's squadron speed. Let's take advantage of what I assume is an advantage in speed by a knot and try and close the range. We'll turn into them. And maybe if we change our heading, maybe the glare will be less of an issue. Plus, I think it's where it's sundown or evening, so we're trying to close the range. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for us. But it's nighttime now, so it's going to be a different kind of fight. Very limited range. No more glare, at least, right? All right. Less than 50% of our ammo is remaining. Doesn't seem like either of these crews are very good. It's a very prolonged fight. I said, screw the accuracy, just crank up the speed and close. Saw a flash there for a hit. They got a flash and a hit on me. AI is definitely... I don't know if they have the wind gauge, but they sure seem to have the advantage of getting their broadside on me more than I am. I'm usually the one chasing. I'd love to get into torpedo range, but that's a crapshoot anyway. I saw a little red dot there. They put a red dot on me. They look like they might be dead in the water. We're slowing down. Let's pause. Let's slow down to 15 knots for accuracy's sake. We've taken at least almost 50% flooding damage. We have 11 hits received from 6-inch shells. We've dealt out 5 hits, but we've got 7 8-inch shells. We're almost out of 8-inch shells here, but that's quite a bit of 8-inch shell damage there. So I think we have the advantage, but that could all change real fast if they throw out a desperation torpedo and hit me. Which I have no real control over. And we're hit by a torpedo, like I said. Great. So France has a heavy damage ship and we are sunk. Why didn't my ship fire a torpedo? That's annoying. All right. We lost a light cruiser. They did not. All right. Elba's commissioned into the Navy. Lepanto's commissioned into the Navy. 3 Finnish ships have finished working up. With our fleet firmly in control of the waters in the Mediterranean, our troops have invaded the French possession of Corsica. The French army defeated our beleaguered forces in Angola, so it seems like there was no real point in dispatching reinforcements there. But if we can take Corsica, I mean, that's, who cares about Angola? If we get Corsica, man. Meanwhile, somehow we are not at war with Austria-Hungary, despite tensions being off the chart. Let's move one more turn today. Convoy defense. All right, we're going to have one more battle. All right, so we are defending a convoy. We've got the Kushin, which is our new light cruisers. So this will be their first test in action, I believe. And then we've got some armored cruisers, too. Are we defending convoy? It looks like it. I don't think this has anything to do with Corsica. We're nowhere near it. Okay, so we have 27,000 yards of sighting distance right now. It is cloudy, fresh breeze. We are not in like a line formation, which is what I would prefer. Coming at like point blank range here. All right, guys. So one of our ships had said it was holding fire due to uncertain identity, but obviously that's a mistake because now they're just bracketing your tria. Whatever these enemy ships are. Come on, Kushin. I don't know why you're not listening to me. All right, so at least one of theirs is a Suffix class light cruiser. How much damage do you take? 6 hits in that short little span. Are you a Kushin the class 2? You are. You did claim 2 hits with 6 inchers, though. And you're a rookie crew, too. We've never fought before. So it could be worse. Okay, don't do that. Is this one ours too? It is. So we've actually got 3 light cruisers at the Kushin class. Be nice if they turned out to be good ships, but now we're in a stern chase again where the enemy's going to have a firepower advantage. Unless we can isolate some of their ships from each other. Which maybe? This guy's going north, so maybe we can do that. Why is this armored cruiser barely moving? Must have taken a boiler hit or something. There's our merchants up here. So we're the ones defending the convoy. I think the enemy has to sink at least 2 of us to win the fight. Puga's in good shape. Kushin's in good shape. All right, my AI cruisers are shooting at the enemy. Why is my armored cruiser so slow? Repair whatever's damaged. The Lyons class has 8-inch guns, if you remember. I can't command any of these guys, apparently. Do have a light cruiser up here protecting the convoy. That'll help. Don't hold fire. Just shoot at anything. I don't care what it is. This, I don't believe the 27,000 meter range. That does not seem right. These guys are, everything is very close here, it seems like. The cloudy is maybe reducing that day sighting range. I'm not really sure what that range is based off of. All right, we're speeding up a little bit. Hey, Kushin, come back and help me. Or maybe I'll just go back to the convoy. Lead the wolves to the den. All right, visibility's getting better. Still can't command the Kushin. It's a pretty big convoy over here. They have a lot of light cruisers here. They don't seem to be making a real push for the convoy. Oh, now they are. All right, so they're in amongst the convoy. I still can't command shit, and my armored cruiser's slow. SFX class magazine hit ship blows up. Hell yeah, brother. We're losing some transports for sure because they are in amongst them. But it looks like we sank at least one of their light cruisers. My armored cruiser is still slow. All right, can I command you guys? I can. Or wait, if I do... Do you guys have torpedoes? I wish I could... Okay. How's the Kushin doing damage-wise? Not scoring any hits, but... Still not sure why I can only move at 10 knots. To that end, I'm going to set these guys back to independent control. Since I can't keep up if the enemy's going to raid in on me. Maybe I should have set them to screen. We're kind of doing a rapid fire battle here, just seeing what happens. With more AI control than typical. Whatever is damaged must be something that I can't just easily repair, though. Because I'm still only moving at 10 knots. We got one of the enemy cruisers. I don't know where my convoy is heading. My own ship is taking damage for sure. Hey, light cruisers, come back and help. All right, something shooting at transports. They're for sure going to get at least 2 of them if that's the goal. TR-0 is sinking. All right. I think that's probably it for the fight. Maybe not. How's the Kaio? Pretty badly damaged. Didn't really score many hits either. What the Kushin? 2 hits out of 102 fired. That's it. 304. Oh my god. Well, when my crews are not mediocre, maybe we'll do better. This fight might have been very different if if we had better crews. Let's return to port. Looks like they're going for Sicily is the direction of the convoys. All right. It does claim an Italian victory. They only sank one of our auxiliary ships. We sank one of their light cruisers. I'm content with that. 1,000 victory points for us. Fighting continues on Corsica. Japan adds 160 victory points for us. I don't know what their operations are doing, but it counts for something. Austria-Hungary really hates us, but is not going to war yet. I don't know if that's a glitch or what. All right, so active fleet. So the Kushin ships are fair. They're not good yet because they're just finishing working up. And yeah, so we're going to continue the assault on Corsica. What did the loss of... So if I go to the almanac here, we were at 770 and then we lost Angola. And our possessions dropped from 770 to 683. We were at 670 before when we hadn't taken Algeria yet. So we're still up 13, a net of 13 there, but it seems like Algeria was worth 100 and Angola was worth 87. Still, Algeria is much more defensible. The only thing we had in West Africa was Angola, so I'm more okay losing that. We hopefully don't lose Eritrea. That one's not that valuable, though. But from a prestige perspective, it's important, I think. But if we could take Corsica, that would be a pretty big win. It's a value of 5, which actually makes it more valuable than Algeria or Tunisia. So that might get us to like 800 from possessions, which is not a dramatic, like if we consider what the base resources are 12,000, if we increase this by 120, like what's that do to our budget? Well, it's not even 1/12 of our budget. So, but anyway, but yeah, that's the war against France continues. Almost 3.5 years now at war with France. Overall, the French fleet has been devastated, although I expect those 8 battleships to start coming online soon. The 4 armored cruisers probably as well. Their light cruisers are down to 19. They're still not building any light cruisers, so we do have an opportunity to catch up there. But yeah, that's the situation in our war at the moment. This is Rule the Waves 3, and I hope you guys are enjoying the series. Please leave your thoughts down below. And until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you for watching, and I'm out.